So again, today's opener. The left side of our opener says simplify each expression. That's going to be your 7.1 notes. The right side of our opener says find each sum or difference. That's going to be your 7.2 notes. So simplify each expression. When I simplify this expression, which rule am I going to use for my exponents?
Subtraction.
Well, you're right, but what rule is that? My division rule. So division means if they have the same base, I'm going to subtract my exponents. So when I go to subtract my exponents, what does that equal?
9.
9, right? Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
So we have negative 4 over 12 and then w to the 9th power. However, this answer here is not in simplest form yet.
How could you then divide it?
I can't divide negative 4 by 12 because that would get me a decimal.
Oh, multiply?
But I could do something else to the negative 4 over 12. Nick?
Divide by 2.
If you divide by 2, what is that called that you're doing?
It's
Simplifying, right? So if I take my negative 4 and my 12 and I divided them both by 2, I'm simplifying. What's that going to equal?
negative 2 over 6.
Okay. Is that in simplest form yet?
No.
Nope. I can divide them by what again?
2.
Okay. And that's going to equal,
Negative 1 over 3.
okay. So I would rewrite my answer as negative 1 over 3 w to the 9th. Just a question for you. One last question on this particular problem. What could I get rid of that would not change the answer, would not change any part of the answer as far as like numeric value? What could I get rid of? What's not necessarily,
9.
what does not need to be there?
1.
The 1, yeah. So I could get rid of that 1, and then that's there my answer would be in simplest form. So negative w to the 9th power over 3. Okay. I'm working my way on down here. So this next one, there's at least 3, I think maybe 4 rules we're going to have to follow. My first rule regarding exponents is that I'm going to have to do what? What's my first rule when I'm looking at this problem? Robert? Distribute, yeah, so I'm going to distribute. So I'm going to take this negative 3 times every term inside of my parentheses. How many terms do I have on my top here?
4. 3.
4.
4.
Because you have the 4, the C, the D, and the F. How many do I have on my bottom?
Why is there a times one?
How do I have on my bottom?
3.
1, 2,
3.
3. Good. So, yes,
Why is the 4, the exponent for the 4 is just a times symbol?
because it should be 4 to the 0th power. My computer didn't want to read that. But it's 4 to the 0th power. So that's going to be our next rule that comes into play, right? So 4 to the 0 power. What's my 0 power rule? Anything to the 0 power is 1. So do I really even need to worry about that? No. Now, when I do power to power, when it's a power to a power like this, what do I actually do with my exponents? When it's power to power, I multiply my exponents. So I'm going to multiply my exponents for C and get what?
Negative 6.
Okay. Then what about for D?
Negative 9.
And F.
Negative 3.
Good. Now I come and I look at the bottom. And as Robert said, if I distribute on top, I also have to distribute to all my terms on the bottom. So the first one I would just write as 2 to the negative 3rd power. I'm going to deal with that negative in just a minute. Okay, what about C? What do you think, Alec? What's C? What power is C going to go to? What am I using to distribute? Don't shrug your shoulders. Look.
Negative 4.
What am I using to distribute?
Negative 3.
Negative 3, and I'm going to distribute that to the
4th power.
the negative 4. And when we do power to power, which operation do I use?
Add.
Not power to power. We just said that. Multiply. So what's negative 3 times negative 4?
Negative positive.
2 negatives equal a?
Positive.
See, you knew it. Just need a little guidance. Okay? And then what about d to the negative 5th? Once I distribute that negative 3, it's going to be d to the 15th. All right. You guys can move on and solve this in 2 different ways. The first one you could do is go ahead and work on dividing your like terms or your exponents with the same basis, or you could cross a line and change all of your negatives to positives first. It does not matter which you choose to do. What would you guys like to do first? Get rid of all your negatives first, or go ahead and divide them out? Okay, let's go ahead and divide them out. So remember, I can only do the ones with the same base. What do I mean by when I say they have to have the same base?
The same variable.
They have to have the same variable. So let's look. Do I have another variable c?
Yeah.
Okay, when I divide exponents, what do I actually do with the exponents? When I have division and I have exponents, I subtract them. So what's negative 6 minus 12?
Negative 18.
So I'm going to have c to the negative 18th power. Okay, so I'm done with that. What's on my bottom that I can't do anything with yet?
The 2.
Yeah, I can't do anything with that yet. Okay, my d's. Oh, I canceled out my d, didn't I? Okay, so now I have my d. D to the negative 9th minus d to the 15th, which is?
D to the negative
Negative
24.
Okay. And then do I have anything for my f?
20. No.
Can I divide my f by anything? So nope, I just leave it right where it's at. Now, it's time to get rid of my negatives. How do I get rid of my negative exponents?
Draw a line.
I draw the line. I'm going to write down here. So I'm going to draw the line, and to change that negative to a positive, I cross the line and change the sign. So what am I all going to cross the line with here?
3.
Yeah, pretty much everything, right?
Wait.
So that 2 to the negative 3rd, to change that negative 3rd, I'm going to cross the line, change my sign. Okay? For my c, I cross the line, change my exponent sign. D, I do the same thing. And f, I do the same thing.
So basically you just flipped them.
Basically, yeah, in order to get rid of my negative exponents. Yes. Any questions on that part? Is this in simplest form?
Yes.
The people that said no, can you tell me why? Toby?
We need to do something with the 2.
Yeah, what would you do with the 2? It's 2 to the what power?
Negative 3rd.
No, we got rid of that negative.
Oh.
So it's 2 to the what power?
The 3rd.
Yeah, so find 2 to the 3rd power. That does not mean 2 times 3. It means 2 times 2 times 2, which equals?
8.
So we have 8 over c to the 18th. Don't you put your head down. Put your head back, right back up. Thank you. D to the 24th. I wish. Take a little nap, but I can't.
Where's all taken now?
Nope, can't. You know what? 3rd hour, I had everybody stand up here with me because they were so lethargic. You don't want that. They complained. My knees hurt. Okay. Last simplify expression. 1, 2. I think there's like 3 rules you're going to follow here. So I have in parentheses, well, you guys tell me. I don't need to read the problem to you. You guys see it in front of your faces. What am I going to do first? Distribute. Okay? So I'm going to distribute this 2. And what does that get me? C to the 6th power. Good, because power to power I multiply. Then what do I bring down? Or what do I do next?
Then
I distribute again using what?
2.
The 2. And what do I distribute the 2 to?
The 5 and the negative 3.
Good. There's 2 terms in there. So it's going to be then times negative 3 to the 2nd power, and then what? C to the,
The 5th power.
nah,
So you do the 10th.
to the 10th. Okay? I'm not done yet, though. Why am I not finished? There's two things I have to do yet. Toby, what's one?
Negative 3 to the second power.
Equals,
Negative.
not negative 9, 9. So 9. And last step. What's my final step here? Not combine like terms, but I'm gonna multiply, right? So I'm gonna multiply my exponents. Now, 9 is called a coefficient. Anytime a variable is by itself, what's the coefficient that's there?
1.
The 1. So we're gonna multiply our coefficients together. So 1 times 9 is 9. And then when I multiply exponents, what do I really do with them? Add them. So that's gonna equal,
16th power.
there we go. Perfect. Okay. Moving right along. Thumbs up if you feel real good about this. Thumbs in the middle if you're starting to get a little bit better. And thumbs down if I'm still speaking a foreign language. Okay, if I'm a thumbs down, or you're a thumbs down, and I'm still speaking a foreign language, please, please, please make time to work with me before school or after school, okay?
We want this.
Because 3 speeds is all I got. Okay, so next one. This is 7.2 notes. Find each sum or difference, okay? So we have these polynomials, and I'm going to find each sum or difference. Am I going to find the sum or difference of this polynomial?
Sum. The sum.
Well, somebody come point and show me what I'm going to use to determine if I'm going to find the sum or the difference. Ashley?
I'm probably wrong, but we're gonna see.
Point to what I'm going to use to determine if I find the sum or the difference. That. What is that sign? Subtraction sign. So subtraction means difference. So we're going to find the difference. So if I'm going to go find the difference of this, I'm going to use my notes to tell me what steps I need to do first. What's the first step according to my notes that I need to do? Drop all the parentheses. And as I'm dropping all the parentheses, what do I might as well do at the same time? So I'm dropping the parentheses, and my next step is to,
Combine like terms.
no, not for subtraction. I have one more step before I can combine like terms.
Minus the difference, the minus sign.
What about that minus sign? What do I do with it?
You would add it in between g to the second and 6.
So I'm basically using it to distribute, right?
Oh.
So then I bring it on down. So what do I bring down after the plus 6?
Would be negative g to the second,
Then what?
then minus 2g.
All right. Now, as Ashley said, I'm going to combine like terms. When I combine like terms, how do I want my answer written?
The greatest exponent.
Correct, which is called what? So if you didn't hear Samantha over here, she said you're going to write your answer starting with the greatest exponent to the lowest exponent, which means you're putting your answer in what? As standard form. Good. So what's my exponent with the highest degree?
8 to the 3rd power.
G to the 3rd power?
Yeah.
Does it have a like term to combine it with? No. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring it down. There's nothing to combine it with, so I just bring it down. Cross it off, done. Okay, what's my next highest power?
G to the second.
No,
Yeah.
no. Close, but not quite. Toby?
Negative 2g to the second.
Okay, that's one of them.
G.
And what?
Minus g to the second.
Don't forget your operation signs. I'm being extra picky, okay? Oh no, I have a variable by itself. What's there that I can't see? Oh, 1, so I'm going to put that 1 in there. So it says negative 2g squared minus 1g squared. What's that going to be?
Negative
1g
squared.
Negative 3g squared. What makes them like terms?
The exponent.
The exponent and
The base.
the base. It has to have the exact same base or variable and the exact same exponent for it to be a like term. All right, moving right along. My next one?
5g minus.
No.
Negative 2g.
Negative 2g is 1. I'm being picky.
And then
Plus 5g. Okay, so what's a positive 5g minus 2g?
equals 3g.
Positive 3g. Okay.
Positive 6.
And then I bring down what?
Your positive 6.
My positive 6 because it has no like term. If I were to ask you guys the name of this polynomial, what would you tell me?
First, it would be to the 4.
Nope.
It would be to the 1.
To try to.
It would be a polynomial.
Nope.
But it would be a polynomial.
Okay, that's the second part of it. What's the first part of
The
it?
first part would be trinomial 6. No.
Good take.
Oh, we're adding, right? Aren't we adding?
6-degree polynomial. Okay, so we count our exponents. How many exponents do I have? 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 degree. And then we count our terms. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more is a polynomial, so 6-degree polynomial. If you do not have those in your notes yet, be sure to get them. You will see them again. Not only will you see them again on your test on Friday, but you'll see them again on your test or your final exam next week. I know I just told you what's going to be on your exam. I'm nice. Okay, am I going to add or subtract this one? Okay, when I add polynomials, the first step I do is,
Get rid of the X.
that's right, I'm going to get rid of my parentheses. I don't have to worry about distributing because I only have to do that when I subtract. Okay, next step. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, my like term.
Combine like terms. What's my like term?
2c to the second power and 5c to the second power.
Almost. So picky I am.
60?
No, you were right. You just left something off.
Oh,
You said 5c to the second power, but
Yeah.
what kind of 5c is that to the second power?
a positive.
There.
Oh.
And what does that equal?
7c to the second power.
Nice job. Done. Done. If you guys notice what Ashley did there, she started with the highest power. That way she doesn't have to worry about shuffling her answer at the end to get it in standard form. Robert?
I'll just stretch it.
That's okay. You tell me what to do next. You don't stretch in my class. No. What do I do next?
Plus 6c.
Plus 6c. There's no like term to combine it with, so I just bring it on down. Okay? And my last step. That was nice. I told you we're pretty much at our last step.
-7.
That's one of my like terms. And the other one?
Plus 4.
Which equals?
-3.
Nice. Okay. If I were to ask you to name this polynomial, what would you name it?
It's a cubic trinomial.
A cubic trinomial. We have 1, 2, 3 powers, 1, 2, 3 terms, so a cubic trinomial. Nice job.